A piece of Muya crystal can make a warrior much stronger. This time, there are 8 Muya crystals at the same time. This news make the major forces of the earth into madness. 18 planet-level strong men rush to the scene. Among them, there are the 3rd Counselor Mo Henderson and the 4th Counselor East. Luo Feng, Enchanting, and Iceberg are all on guard. At this moment, East starts to act. He wants to take advantage of his speed to take down the densely packed Muya crystals. His figure is like a streamer, rushing in the direction of Muya crystals. The other planet-level strong men are shocked and hurry to intercept him. However, East is too fast. No one on Earth can keep up with his speed except Hong and Thunder God. See the upcoming Muya crystal. The corner of East's mouth draws an arc. At this moment, his face suddenly changes. His spiritual power senses danger. There is a very fierce attack behind. It is approaching him at an incredible speed. Easter hurriedly stimulates his spiritual power, slightly offset the trajectory of the incoming attack by manipulating the weapon. He himself dodges this attack embarrassingly. Missing the opportunity, East has been caught up by those planet-level strong men who have arrived. There is no chance to win all Muya crystals. Good job, Luo Feng. Enchanting excited praise. It was the drill cone from Luo Feng who stopped East's attack just now. When she lifts her head to look at the handsome young man in front, Enchanting feels a little stunned for a while. In 2 years, Luo Feng has grown from the younger generation who was sheltered by the martial arts hall into the ultimate strong man who can fight against East. This huge span can no longer be described as genius. Easter's plan is ruined by Luo Feng. His eyes looking at the latter are full of hostility and anger. However, Luo Feng is not afraid at all. He knows the value of the 8 Muya crystals in front. There's no way he can give up. He lets Enchanting and Iceberg to snatch Muya crystals. Luo Feng is covering from the side. Everyone sees that the Extreme Martial Arts Hall has begun to act. They are all scrambling to be the first to swoosh towards Muya crystal. For a time, the clashes and screams of battle continue one after another. Every planet-level strong man is red-eyed. Their shots are extremely vicious, and they are all rushing to take other people's lives. Luo Feng also has a solemn expression on his face. He tries his best to control the drill cone to guard the Enchanting and Iceberg. It is a huge consumption for him. For the safety of his companions, Luo Feng insists. His drill cone is like a golden streamer, shuttling back and forth on the battlefield. And the terrifying speed and terrifying power of the drill cone. Let it become the nightmare of all planetary men. Even Mo Henderson and East couldn't completely avoid it. Under the cover of Luo Feng, Enchanting and Iceberg successively capture 3 Muya crystals. And the melee on the scene has also entered a white-hot. Planet-level strong men have already been killed, and not a few are seriously injured. There are only the last of the 8 Muya crystals that have not yet belonged. At this moment, a red field suddenly opens. The people who are still fighting are imprisoned by an invisible force. They are as stiff as a sculpture. Hong shows up. He comes like a monarch, leisurely approaches the remaining Muya crystal and put it in the bag. Wait until Hong ends the field. Everyone gasp and regain their freedom. For Hong take the last Muya crystal. No one dares to raise any objection. Luo Feng is also shocked. The field of Hong is too terrifying. In Hong's field, he feels stripped of his 5 senses. The body is like in a quagmire, unable to move. No wonder Hong can be called invincible below the stellar level. Hong's Majesty eyes look around. Then he walks over to Luo Feng and the others, showing a kind smile. Enchanting takes out the Muya crystals in her hand and says excitedly, "Master, we got 3 Muya crystals in total." Mainly thanks to Luo Feng, who shocked the 3rd Counselor and the 4th Counselor. Enchanting's charming face is full of joy, and she does not hesitate to praise. She praises Luo Feng a lot. It makes Luo Feng feel a little embarrassed. Hong smiles and nods. Then, according to the previous reward standards, rewards are given to Luo Feng and Enchanting. Luo Feng alone won 4, and together won 4. According to his contribution, Hong finally gives Luo Feng 4.5 Muya crystals. Of course, Luo Feng can also exchange these Muya crystals for gold coins and equipment. There is no doubt that Luo Feng has become the biggest beneficiary of this treasure hunt. Iceberg, Enchanting and others all look at Luo Feng with envious eyes. On Luo Feng's side, he is not proud of these rich harvests. The treasure hunt is not over yet. He pushes the drill cone again and dives deeper into the ground of Misty Island. When he comes to a cave deep in the ground, Luo Feng calls Su Xian. Su Xian had called him before. It's just that he was at war. It's hard to get done now. While strolling leisurely underground, he makes a video call to Su Xian. "Luo Feng, you just remember to call me." "Say, what are you doing?" A wind chime-like sound comes out. Su Xian puffs out her cheeks, asks angrily. Luo Feng is stunned when he realized that his girlfriend had just finished bathing. She is wearing a bathrobe lazily, talking to him angrily. Luo Feng coughs twice in embarrassment, concealing his maddening heart. "We are seeking a treasure called Muya crystal." Hearing this, Su Xian blinks her long eyelashes. Smart eyes shining curious light. "Muya crystal, what is it used to do?" Luo Feng does not hide and tells the truth. He doesn't know the usage of Muya crystal, only that it is a treasure of infinite value. If it is measured by money, even if the assets of the entire Su family add up, it's not as much as a Muya crystal. My god. Su Xian is shocked. Her mouth wide opens, not knowing how to respond for a while. Luo Feng looks at Su Xian's surprised expression on the screen, and the corner of his mouth rises slightly. He goes on to add, this time for Muya crystal, more than 20 god of wars have died. There are 3 dead counselors. Su Xian is completely shocked, and sighs absent-mindedly. Counselor, beyond the existence of the god of war? 3 death? These counselors, whose level far exceeds the Su family, died directly to snatch Muya crystal. For Su Xian, the news is too shocking. See Su Xian's reaction. Luo Feng shows a satisfied smirk, he enjoys his girlfriend's shocked look. Between the two talking, Luo Feng suddenly feels pain under his feet, as if he has stepped on a hard pimple. This shocked Luo Feng. He is wearing SS-grade combat boots. It is also covered with a layer of black god suit. What is it that can break his defense inadvertently? Luo Feng is shocked and hurriedly ends the call with Su Xian. Only then does he realize that his SS-level combat shoes has actually cracked. There is also a shallow blood stain on the soles of his feet, and there is faint blood oozing out. Luo Feng pushes his spiritual power to the extreme and carefully probes his surroundings. Finally, he finds out what breaks his defense. His foot is injured by an inconspicuous piece of metal. When he picks up this piece of metal, Luo Feng is surprised to find the debris weighs more than he imagined. Its density is greater to any material on Earth. Luo Feng is completely shocked. He just steps on it lightly, and his SS-level boots were cut through like tofu. Even hurt him in the black god suit. The sharpness of this fragment is too terrifying, don't know how many times more powerful than his drill cone. At this time, a bold idea grows out of Luo Feng's heart. He wants to try to see if this shard could penetrate the black god suit. Luo Feng takes a deep breath and moves the shard with his spiritual power. Under his astonished gaze, the shard actually penetrates the black god suit. Completely debunks this defense myth. Luo Feng is dumbfounded. His sluggish eyes stare at the piece of debris in front, but the huge waves are churning in his heart.